time for our next guest now. We're going to cross live to Jamie Walter from Proven Thoroughbreds. Good morning to you, Jamie. I believe you'll be getting ready and all race prep for the $7.5 million Golden Eagle. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Julie. Yes, I've been for my morning swim and I'll soon be suiting up and heading out to Rosehill.
Jamie, Private Eye, of course, a brilliant win in the Epsom. After a quarter of a century looking for that Group 1, is it sort of pinch yourself kind of stuff when you think that you could have two Group 1s in the space of a few weeks?
Well, technically today's not a Group 1, Tim, although it's worth about 5 times the stake of the Epsom.
I'll give it Group 1 status.
Am I Thank you. I think I will too, and so will the owners. But look, it's a great thrill to have a horse this good to be competing in races like this. And horses like him, as you know, don't come along very often. And when they do, you've got to absolutely lap it up.
Jamie, what do you make of this race, this concept, and the change of spring here in Sydney over the last few years? I mean, more than $50 million in prize money this spring alone here in Sydney. It's just extraordinary.
Well, I think it's fantastic for racing. Traditionally, Derby Day was exclusively the domain of the VRC. But today you've got this fantastic program at Rosehill in competition. And when you consider they're in different cities and different crowds attending, they can, I think, conduct themselves in unison very successfully. I think it's a great boost to turnover in both states. The only people who are a little bit inconvenienced are the jockeys, because they've got to decide which city they're going to ride in. Trainers can sort of move their horses seamlessly between cities. So I think it's all positive.
Your brother Guy was an absolute legend, God rest his soul, at Warwick Farm. Joe Pride is now ensconced at Warwick Farm. He's got a unique way of training. He takes his time, doesn't he? We've seen that with Eduardo and we've seen it here. He's a really interesting trainer, uses a lot of aquatics. What are your thoughts on Joe Pride?
Well, there's no trainer in Sydney who has a better sense of preservation of the horse, Tim. You've only got to look at the job he's done with horses like Eduardo. If you get a horse with above average ability with Joe, he will extract the absolute most from it and prolong their careers. He doesn't work the horses hard. They're worked regularly and quietly. And I think it's echoed in the way the horses' careers are therefore extended. So delighted to be connected with Joe, and he's got some big chances today.
And what's he making of Private Eye today? He has drawn a wide barrier, but what's been the feedback from Joe before today's race?
Julie is very confident. He said the horse is in great condition. Obviously coming back in trip 100 metres, a month between runs, is a concern. But Colding did it 2 years ago. He won exactly the same race as Colding. He won the Queensland Guineas, the Epsom and then the Eagle. And we're hoping to emulate him.
Well, we wish you all the best, Jamie. One thing for sure is that Private Eye will be coming home like a steam train.
Yes, we had terrific tempo in the Epsom, Tim, because on that occasion the 3 speed horses drew the 3 outside gates, and that couldn't help but generate a fast tempo, which suited us. Today most of the speed's drawn in closer, so I can't be as sure we're going to have as fast a first half of the race as we had in the Epsom. But 18 horses going 1,500 at Rosehill, high pressure stakes, I think they will run along.